Hey you guys, welcome back to Racket City Yardstead. In case you can't tell, we are not actually at my yardstead. I am currently in Fairfield Bay, Arkansas, and I am at the marina. It's so beautiful. It's just a beautiful part of the Ozarks. We are on a couple-day road trip up to Branson, Missouri, that area. My oldest niece is a senior in high school this year. She's getting ready to graduate. And she asked us if we would come up and attend her final Winter Guard performance of her high school career, really. And so that's what we're doing. So I'd love to see when people are out and traveling and what they're seeing. And so I thought you guys might like a little peek at what I'm up to and where I am. The wind just picked up though. You probably can hear it. You can definitely see it on the water. Look at this cool fish carving. I love it. I don't know what kind of fish it's supposed to be. Maybe a carp. We were here for a couple days last summer. I don't know if you can see, people have put fish food down in here, but there were so many carp eating. If I can find a clip, I'll show you what it was like last summer. It was just crazy. Y'all, I love this. The marina is actually all on pontoons. And so the walkway is also like a bridge out there, but also floating. This is not necessarily the best video clip here, guys, but I had my camera propped up in the dashboard, but I just wanted you to see all of the beautiful red buds that we got to see as we were traveling. You know, so many of the trees are still really barren and desolate looking, and then you get these beautiful pinky purple pops, just a sign that spring is really on its way. You can also get a glimpse of how hilly and curvy these roads are in the Ozarks. It's a beautiful place. It's a little bit scary to drive sometimes, but wonderful. It's also great when you crest a hill, you get views of the mountains in the distance. Just so beautiful. I had to share this beautiful sunset from our balcony with you guys. Just gorgeous colors. We are on our way up to Branson, and we kept passing all of these signs for the Natural Bridge of Arkansas. And so we thought we would come check it out. And there's some other things here that are kind of interesting. We have this Springfield wagon. I cannot imagine what it must have been like to travel in one of these things. Probably with everything you possessed in life, all inside this wagon. This cute little log cabin that is the entrance to the Natural Bridge. But we came down a really long winding road. You can see up there all those rock formations. We are definitely in the Ozarks. So you guys, this just looks like a round concrete something or other, but it's actually a natural rock called a prim rock. And I'm going to show you, in case you want to read it, you can pause this. Very cool. These are a natural occurring thing, and they only happen in Arkansas, Kansas, Wyoming, Morocco, and New Zealand. Isn't that interesting? That it doesn't happen everywhere, but quite the array of places. So you guys, this is kind of fun. Here at the Natural Bridge, they have decommissioned and confiscated moonshine stills. that you can take a peek at. I didn't know we were getting bonus stuff like this coming to see the natural bridge, so that's kind of cool. Oh, got the porta potty. Up here at the top is their little museum. They have all these different kinds of washing machines.
I don't know what that is. This is my grandma's kind of washing machine.
Oh goodness, look at these curling irons. You heat in the fire. Lots of cast iron.
This little stove. And I know what that is. It doesn't have a number on it.
Oh, look at this big spinning wheel, you guys. It says, please don't touch. It's over 100 years old.
And this must be a bathtub. This looks like something for playing bingo. Another snake kind of had a clamp on it like that.
Mm-hmm.
And mud spikes on horseshoes.
Sure enough.
And a draft horse much.
Look at all the old canning jars. And these zinc cap mason jar lids. That's really interesting. Oh, look. Lesson 1, History of Canning. Goodness, you guys. So that is the natural bridge. It's pretty spectacular. It's very cool, but I think it's extra cool that it was used as an actual bridge, that it doesn't just look like one.
Sarah, this kettle reminds me of a miniature of my grandma's kettle that she used to have in the back of the house, a great big thing, and she'd have it over a fire and wash the clothes in it, poking it with a stick or something down into the water. And that was like my grandpa's tractor seat, that thing with the holes in it.
I think I've mentioned before that my parents were from Oklahoma, but my mom's paternal side of the family was from the Smokies. And my grandparents, when they moved to Oklahoma, my great grandparents, when they moved to Oklahoma, they lived on a farm. They had an outhouse. They didn't have any electricity. Great grandma cooked on.
And I never cooked on anything but a wood stove.
Yeah. So coming and seeing this kind of stuff is a little bit of a flashback to my mom's childhood for her. We got to Branson last night, and I hadn't really planned on filming anything from our room in Branson, but look at this tree behind me. We walked into our room and looked out the balcony window and were greeted by this gorgeous, gorgeous redbud. And so I had to share it with you guys. There's also like a man-made trickling creek behind me and so many birds singing their songs. This is just the most glorious place to spend a few minutes drinking my morning tea before getting going on the day. We are going this afternoon to see my niece perform. So I think this morning I may do a little bit of touristy stuff, and I guess we'll just see where it takes us. We're about to go in the Table Rock Lake Visitor Center. And look at these gorgeous trees that you walk past on the way to the entrance. I really like this map they had on the wall at the visitor center, and it gives some perspective. Down at Greer Ferry Lake is where we were at the marina, and now we're up there where it says Table Rock Dam. This was a very neat display that they had set up here at the visitor center at Table Rock Lake. The park ranger was explaining all about these different pelts that are from native animals that live around the lake. He explained about the undercoats of the water living animals like the otters and beavers. He explained some of the animals, their fur is specifically designed to be able to deal with the kind of dirt they live in. It's different if it's a wet dirt versus a dry dirt, which I found really interesting. One of the things I found most fascinating that he told us about was that white-tailed deer have hollow fur, and he described it as their own personal flotation device. When they go swimming, it helps to keep them buoyant. And so this was just really fascinating, and I was really glad I went on this day where they had him here explaining all of this. So let's listen to a little bit of what he had to say about some of these furs.
With the skunk, right? But actually, its first defense is its color. Color is going to warn predators, stay away from me. I'm not one to mess with. No, it's just the black and white stripes. Okay. Tell it stay away because I'm going to stink you. Okay. You know, so its coloration is a defense. And then we've got our fox and our coyote. And these guys change colors throughout the year to help them blend into their surroundings. So it's a good defense for them.
The visitor center has a third floor observation deck. You can come out and look at the dam and the lake. I think we'll go down. You can see the dam from the lower side of it as well. There is this display in the visitor center full of photos that document the building of the dam from start to finish, which I think is pretty cool. They also have a movie that you can go in and watch, and it's really cool. I did that last summer with my family, but you get to just see what a great feat of engineering building one of these dams is, and it's just really fascinating. The last time I was in Branson, the fish hatchery was closed for remodeling. I did not anticipate encountering a two-headed rat snake when I went to the fish hatchery on this day. But here you can see one of its heads is sitting still and the other one's moving around. Who knew conjoined twins and snakes? But I did think it was really neat that they had several different native animals that you can see live in enclosures here. This guy, he was just really neat. This tiny little green snake. I am on my way out here to where we can feed the fish at the fishery. So here at the fishery, at the hatchery. So this is where all of the fish are. And there you can see we're down below the dam now. Let's go feed some fish. I don't know about you guys, but I really like having moments like this. This in particular reminds me of time spent with my dad. When I was little, I remember going to a fish hatchery with him, not all that far from Branson. We were on our way home from visiting family in Oklahoma, and it's just kind of a nice little reminder of the good times with my dad. We lost him almost 17 years ago now, and it just brings back wonderful memories. And so I had a lot of fun here feeding these fish and thinking of my dad. So you guys, I was actually wondering, some of these trout seemed really big, and there's a sign here that explains the larger trout are the parents of the little ones. So that's really interesting. There are so many down in there. Can you see them all? I thought since I was doing all this dam related touristy stuff, we'd come take a better look at the dam from down below. So here you can see the beautiful bluff over there and how big the dam is. You can see where the water's being churned up, where it's coming through the turbines and making electricity. There's even people down here fishing in their boat. I'm not going to put the whole routine in here, but this winter guard performance was the whole reason for this trip. And I'm so proud of my niece. She's worked so hard over the 4 years of high school doing color guard and winter guard, and she's just done such a good job and learned so much. And her winter guard group, they actually got silver in their round, came in 6th out of 55 overall, and scored their highest score of her all 4 years of doing winter guard. So really fantastic and just so proud of her. We were so happy to get to go and watch her perform. The last thing we did on our trip was go to the Branson Landing and see the fountain and fire show. This was really fun. I have it muted because they have copyrighted music as part of the show, but if you go to Branson, I would recommend this. It's a fun little way to spend some time. So we're home now, made it home safely, and we'll be back to our regular videos soon. But I just thought you guys might enjoy this little trip. So thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.